Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm so happy to share some information about MSU with you. I'm going to go over a lot of information in just a short amount of time. And so at the end, I'm going to share my contact information. If you have any questions whatsoever about Michigan State University or just anything generally about getting into college, be sure to send me an email. And with that being said, I am going to start this PowerPoint. First of all, I know that a lot of students from your area have visited MSU in the past. Maybe some of you haven't, though. One thing that students really notice the most about MSU is that it is very big, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. But it's truly one of the things that makes our campus so special. Obviously, right now everything is virtual, but with time, you're going to be able to see how beautiful our campus is and everything it has to offer. Now, we are one of the largest universities, both geographically and population-wise. So if you're looking at the screen right now, you're going to see some of those numbers. Just make sure that you're paying attention to that freshman number, though. Do this because it's going to make you realize that there's a community that's smaller just for freshmen. And sometimes that's a little bit easier to think about within your mind about if you're going to fit in, if you're going to have people that are the same as you and that you can build a community with. With these numbers being said, we like to say that with size comes opportunities. So the opportunities at MSU is really one thing that makes our university so special. There are no cookie cutter experiences at MSU. We do have over 200 areas of study, 17 different degree granting colleges. So the university itself is made up of the colleges where the majors are housed, okay? So from those 17 colleges, we have 3 residential colleges. Now, a lot of students in high school haven't heard of residential colleges because they are kind of a unique experience. But with these opportunities, there are 3 of them. The largest being Lyman Briggs College. That is for students that are interested in natural sciences and mathematics. We have James Madison College. That's for students that are interested in public policy and pre-law. And then we have the Residential College for Arts and Humanities for students that are really looking at humanities and the social justice side of art. So 3 really cool opportunities. Well, you're probably still thinking, what is a residential college? A residential college is a college at MSU that gives you all of the feeling of a small liberal college, but with all the amenities of a large university. So within these residential colleges, you are going to really be able to stay in one building. Your professors have their office hours within that building. Your classes are within that building. Our food services are within that building. So you can just basically roll out of bed, go eat breakfast within one of our cafeterias, and then go to class within that same building. We also have our academic advisors within those buildings. So it really is a one place where students, like-minded students, can live and learn together and collaborate. And it really provides a great place for students that are a little bit worried about the size of MSU and really want to hone in on specific things that they want to study. So just something to take into consideration. Now, if you are a student that is interested in a residential college, there is no separate application aside from the MSU admissions application. All you would have to do is simply select that college as your major, but it is first come, first serve. So make sure that you apply early and make sure that you write down one of those residential colleges as your option. There's so much more besides just your majors at MSU, though, that really contribute to your overall experience at MSU and add value to your degree. The 3 big staples of these are entrepreneurship, undergraduate research, and education abroad. So these are 3 opportunities that you can really, really make your resume stronger, even after college. So with entrepreneurship, we know that students your age, you're really interested in being your own boss. You have great ideas for business. Now, across our campus, we have different little pods, essentially, of where students can go and get information about startups. Sometimes there's grants available to students to start their own startups. It's really cool. There's maker spaces where you can use 3D printers in large print materials. You can talk to people in the field that you can get ideas from and just really get a little bit of counsel there. Now, if any, that's available for any student, but we do have a minor where you can add entrepreneurship to any degree, and that's going to give any degree that you have a business element. Very, very cool, and very unique to our university. We also offer undergraduate research because we are a Tier 1 research institution. We offer opportunities to even freshmen to get involved with undergraduate research. This is going to be an opportunity for you to really get your hands on real world experience as an undergrad. And this is something that we're really proud about because at a lot of universities, most universities, you don't get these kinds of opportunities until you're a junior, a senior, and sometimes a graduate student. So this is something that we really want students to realize prior to coming to MSU, that these opportunities are available. They're going to make you a stronger candidate after college to get hired at wherever you're trying to get to. So something to keep in mind. Right now, we're not doing education abroad just because of the year that it's in with the pandemic and everything that goes along with that. But we're fully expecting to get back to our education abroad program. We have over 275 different programs. We have a program for every single major at MSU. So just note that it doesn't really matter which major you're in, you're still going to have opportunities to travel abroad and study somewhere else. We do go to every continent in the world, so it's very exciting for our students, and we do have such a strong education abroad program that it's very popular amongst our students, alumni. It's a lot of times their favorite part of their undergrad experience. When I was at MSU, I did not go and participate in education abroad, and it's the one thing that I wish I would have done, honestly. And you don't even have to go overseas or to another country. We actually have study away programs as well. So if you don't want to go to a different country, you can go to a different city across the United States and study there as well. So just something to keep in consideration. Now, there's other ways that you can add value to your degree as well. And we have over 900 student-ran organizations and clubs. This varies from everything from Greek life to sports. We have clubs that pertain to majors and just special interests. So within these clubs, you can participate as one of the executive board members. And this is going to give you a chance to get some leadership experience right when you're still in college. And this is a great way to add to your resume. I don't think enough students, while it is very popular, really take advantage of making sure that you're getting on those executive boards, because you're going to make connections with people, with your peers and with the people that are overseeing the clubs, that really can give you good letters of recommendation someday. And it's just going to really develop your soft skills and make you more employable in the future. Now, we're also a very fun campus, so make sure that you're getting involved that way too. We have a Broadway venue on campus. We have sports at every level. So even if you're not a Big Ten, Div 1 athlete, that's okay. If you want to continue playing the sport that you love and that you're passionate about, we have club sports where students still travel across the United States, competing against other schools. And we also have recreational sports where you can just go and play some sports with your friends. There's so much to do on campus. We're also a musical campus. There's always concerts going on. So there's always something for everyone on our campus. And that's something that we really pride ourselves in. And we're always making sure that we're taking care of you as a Spartan, both while you're in school and after you graduate. One of the ways that we do this is that we have engagement centers within each one of our neighborhoods. So MSU is such a large campus that all of our housing, All of our dorms, they're all broken up into different neighborhoods. Within each one of these neighborhoods, we do have the engagement centers. There's health and wellness support, advising support, tutoring support, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. It's one thing to just go to class all the time, but we really want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And if you feel that the classes are getting a little bit too difficult, you know, as a freshman, college is a little bit more challenging than you anticipate. And that's not to scare anyone, that's to encourage you, because even with that being a fact, we have ways that you can get the resources you need as a freshman before things spiral out of control, if that's the situation that you may find yourself in. It's always okay to reach for help at MSU. We always have a really willing staff to come help you and let you access the resources that you need with tutoring or anything else for that matter. The fact that we do support our students so much is one reason that we have such a high freshman retention rate, one of the highest in the nation. This means that our freshmen, 92% or more, are going off and becoming successful sophomores and then eventually graduating. We also have one of the highest placement rates in the United States. For students that have graduated within 6 months, they're either they're either employed or they are off enrolled into a graduate program. With around 500,000 alumni worldwide, we truly believe in Spartans helping Spartans. Spartans are ready and willing to hire other Spartans. And after each spring commencement, we have a large job fair where other Spartans from big companies, they come and they hire new Spartans because they know that Spartans are ready to work and equipped with real life experiences that employers are looking for. So that's just something to keep in mind. We're always investing in our students, but of course, with the investment that we put into our students comes the students and the family's investment into our university. So if you look at the screen, don't pay attention to that out of state lines there, because as an in-state student, you get to have the more affordable tuition rates and fees. Now they are still expensive, and it's no secret that across the United States that that the cost of going to college is going up significantly. But we have at MSU a way to combat this. It's called banded tuition. That means within 12 to 18 credits, anything that you're taking that or in between is going to cost the same exact amount. So to get the most out of this, we recommend that students take around 15 credits each semester of college, and they're going to get the most bang for their buck. But we also note that most students that take 15 credits are more successful GPA wise, and they're getting out of college within 4 years. So that's something to take into consideration. But we also want to make sure that you are aware of financial aid opportunities that are available to you. On October 1st of every single year, the free application for federal student aid opens up. Now, we recommend that all families file a FAFSA. This is known as the FAFSA. It is the federal application. You do it online with your parents or guardians, and make sure that you're filling it out accurately. After that application is done, it gets sent to all the universities or colleges that you list. Now, after MSU gets your FAFSA, we take a look at it and we evaluate you for any kind of need-based aid that you would need. So this can range from Pell Grants all the way up to what we call the Spartan Advantage, which pays for your tuition, fees, room and board, and your meal plan, as well as books. So this is something that you should really think about making sure that you do. And that's if you're interested in MSU or any other university or college. Make sure that your goal is to get in and out of your higher education as cheaply as possible. But we don't want you to stop just with the FAFSA. We want you to think about scholarships. In MSU, our scholarship application is built into your admissions application. It's just one application. We evaluate all students based off of their admissions application. So while we do have opportunities there, we do want you to look into third-party scholarships. So make sure that you're looking into local businesses. See if your parents or guardians where they work, if they offer any scholarships for dependents. Make sure that you are going on national scholarship searches online. Never pay for a scholarship search, but make note of things that are reputable. Okay, so that's going to be the scholarship search by Sally Mae, FastWeb, scholarships.com. Make sure that you are exhausting those lists so that you can apply for as many scholarships as possible. Another thing I would like to note is that you should treat this like a part-time job. Treat your scholarship search like a part-time job, which is a great segue into the fact that MSU, we give all students pretty much a guarantee that you can get a part-time job as a student. So this is really the best way to work during college because we can't schedule you as a university during your classes. So it really eases your mind about when you have to work if you are under this kind of situation. So just things to think about. Now that we do have some updates within our office due to the coronavirus in the year that we are currently in. For the first time ever in MSU's history, we are test optional. So students, regardless of if they want to submit the ACT or SAT, get the same consideration as a student that does submit their test scores. We don't have any preference. We are reading all applications holistically, and we're also giving all students the same consideration in regards to scholarships as well. So it's not going to hurt you in any way if you do not submit a test score. I also want to note, it's not on the screen right now, but I do want to note that there is a question on the application this year in regards to how the coronavirus may have changed your life this year. A lot of students have a lot to say about it. A lot of students go, I have nothing to say about it. That question is optional, and you do not have to fill that out if that's not something that you would like to do. Now, a big question we get is admissions criteria. What do I have to get in? At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see the freshman profile from 2019. This is not admissions criteria. This is simply the middle 50% of the last incoming class. So we have students with GPAs and test scores that are much higher than that. And we have students that have test scores and GPAs much lower than that. We read each application holistically and fairly. And we don't have an exact rubric for what is admissible. So if you don't fall within this rubric, do not automatically disqualify yourself from admissions to MSU. With that being said, there's a few things that we look at on every single application, and the big one is going to be your transcripts. So we're going to review your transcripts from grades 9 to 11. We want to make sure that you have a great curriculum. Maybe you have AP classes, maybe you have dual enrollment classes. That's going to look good on you. I work with your counselors within your schools. I read the transcripts within your schools. So I have a good idea of what the curriculum looks like in your area. I also like to see that your grade trajectory is very good. Maybe you didn't do so great in your freshman year, but things got better through the years. That would be a good grade trajectory. And then on every single application, we have the essay. So the essay is your chance to make a pitch to MSU about what makes you a Spartan, what kind of things interest you. It's going to give us a good idea about what's going on in your life. And that adds to you as a student. There's also a section for additional information. So let's say that you had a class that you didn't do so well in. Let's say that last spring, because of the coronavirus, let's say that maybe things didn't go so well. You had a hard time adjusting in your online classes. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be the situation for all students, but I will say that if there's something weird about your transcript and we can't see it by just looking at it, take that opportunity to explain yourself and to explain why maybe your grades weren't so great. The more we know, the better of a decision that we can make on your application. And then here's the application date. So if you're interested in applying, right now we're going to be working within that middle column because we are past the early action deadline. That would have been November 1st. That's okay. We still give consideration to everyone for scholarships. It's just going to be that you're going to wait a little bit longer for your admissions decision, but that would be March 31st. And then all applicants, no matter when they were accepted, has until the national deadline of May 1st. We're not a binding college. So that means that if the university gives you your decision and you're not bound to that decision. You're not bound to accept MSU as your choice university. You would still have until May 1st. This is my contact information. If you have any questions at all, please make sure that you email me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have at all. So with that being said, I can answer any questions. Oh, and we also have msu.edu or admissions.msu.edu. That's going to be a great hub to look at virtual tours and just find out more information